right, it's party time, Mom. Welcome to another episode of the Chad Prather Show. It's Wednesday. We're going to get Humpty Hump in here. I never know what that means, Sarah. I don't know, but you're here, so whatever. Puppet Master Mark. Let's Love Brandon. Super Chris Cruz at the helm.
Chris is back.
Nether regions of insanity. Yeah, he's back. He's back. So it's Wednesday, which means if you watch Monday and Tuesday's episode, we tape both of those on Monday. All right, so
the secret's out.
Yeah, well, we
Cat's
did
out of the
that.
bag.
We did that because we had Scott Husing and Don Amon. In Scott Husing, of course, Save the Brave, and author of Echo and Ramadi, as well as Don Amon, who is the founder, owner, COO, all the things.
That's so funny.
Of Minutemen Coffee. And he
that.
left me with this shirt, "Make Coffee Great Again," right there. That's going to trigger some responses right there. But, yeah, check them out. They've got
awesome.
Minutemen Coffee is awesome. I love their brand. It's fantastic. I'm happy to partner with them. I'm thankful that they've partnered for so long with this show, and they're good stuff.
I could use some right about now.
I just drink some, and this is now Dr. Pepper.
Double caffeinated.
I just had some of their. I'm loaded. I had the dark roast.
Oh, I need some.
It's fantastic. It's something we didn't mention on the shows, though, is Minutemen Coffee. They do support veteran causes. They've been supporting Folds of Honor, and which you always love to hear that. And now having connected with Scott Husing, who knows what they're going to do maybe with Save the Brave. So it's fun stuff. But anyway, MinutemenCoffee.com. If you go over there, use promo code Chad. Enough of the caffeine hype. You know, if I said liberal progressives used to be anti-establishment, right? If they were counterculture, and now they're the system, which is weird to me. Like, how much big government penis can you suck on? Like, what is that? Like, all of it? Can you get all of it in your mouth? In your collective socialist mouths? How much penis can you get in your mouth? Because they're sucking it hard. And I mean, they're loving every bit of it. I mean, good to the last drop.
Well, this is quite the
well, it is.
Quite
and
the
that's
start.
the way I look at it, Sarah. You can't make a joke. We've talked about this. You can't make a joke. Can't make a parody. Can't do satire. You can't do any of this stuff. You know why? Because the liberal cocksuckers out there want to make sure that you get shut down. That's right. They said they're ready for civil war and that people like me are going to be the first to go. I retweeted that and said, okay, let's go.
All right there,
I'm all hopped up on caffeine and loaded down with ammo, bitches. Let's do this thing. Let's turn it loose. Come on. When is the insurgency really going to start? Because, again, we're the Nazis, right?
Right.
We're the Nazis. We're the Republic KKKans. We're the insurgents, the insurrectionists. And trust me when I tell you, we own all the guns. So if we were really those things, you bunch of panty-waist, pussy-ass, better cook soy mother, it would already be on. So let's go. Let's go. I can't say it on Twitter, can I? I can't say it on the tubes of you. But I can say it on blazetv.com/Chad. Use promo code Chad with a big you in the middle. To the left, you progressive left. Do we need to restart the show? Can we? No. There it is. Sign up.
Too late.
Good.
Too late.
I'm just saying.
Oh, God.
I'm just saying. Cancel this. You can't cancel shit with that dick in your mouth.
Can you give me the middle finger?
Yeah, there it is.
There we go.
I just. There's your screenshot, baby.
Screenshot.
I'm just tired of it. My life has been threatened. My home has been threatened. My children have been threatened. Right? Yours?
Yes.
Yeah, you had any of that?
Oh, yeah.
So I say, let's go. People say, your language is strong. You know what else is strong? Threats of murder and violence. Those are strong, and that's what I get every day. Now, Glenn Beck doesn't say these things. Glenn has a bunker. I don't. I live wide open with a very public schedule. It's at watchchad.com. It's where all the fun stuff is. You can find me out there on tour. And so all the blue check Riris out there on Twitter that claim to be so in their little masks in their electric car while they drive to their little barista-ridden suburban life. Kiss my ass. Right? That's just the way I feel about it. You're not anti-establishment. You're not cancel culture. Counterculture. You've become cancel culture.
Yeah.
You are now part of the system. You've been consumed by it.
They are embracing crony capitalism.
There it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big word.
Oh, actually,
They
it's
are
2
part
words.
of it.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine saying that you want to save the planet, but yet you are willing to make billionaires billionairier.
Yeah.
You're willing to make the powers that be, the overlords, the elites, the cabal, the WEF, the modern monetary theorists, those who espouse ESG, you're willing to give them more power as though that machine won't grind you up just as much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, is it though? You know what I want to do is I want everybody, I want 100% of the world driving an electric car, and I want one big EMP to go off. There it is. And put us right back in the effing dark ages and see who comes out alive.
Is this the coffee?
Yeah, MinutemenCoffee.com. Use promo code Chad. It'll help you grow your own tomatoes right there from your pubic hair. It's fantastic. Those are, you know what those are? Those aren't tomatoes. Those are balls. That's what I have that the liberal Riri left doesn't have.
What is going on?
All right, let's talk about Joe Biden.
All
Let's
right.
do this. Joe Byron. Let's talk about it. First of all,
Now that we've gotten your attention.
I was just kidding. I didn't mean any of that. I was just joking. Isn't that what we say? I was just joking. Just joking. I was hacked.
That was a deep fake.
I've decided to go independent now. So I want to talk about Joe Biden on 60 Minutes again. And this guy's self-owning. I know it was Sunday, but I can't get enough of it.
Yeah.
Can't get enough.
There's a lot to unpack there.
Whenever they talk about his mental acuity, and he's just the self-own of that deal where he's like, watch me. Like, I mean, I don't even think about my own, I don't even, the number doesn't come to my head. I mean, I'm like a fly. What? What? This guy's running the world, the free world. Play it.
Mr. President,
Mr. President?
you are the oldest president ever,
Pretty good shape, huh?
Yeah.
which leads to my next question. You are more aware of this than anyone. Some people ask whether you are fit for the job. And when you hear that, I wonder what you think.
Watch me.
Watch me.
How would you say your mental focus is?
Oh, what'd you say?
Oh, it's focused.
Oh, it's focused.
I haven't, look, I have trouble even mentioning, even saying to myself my own head in a number of years. I no more think of myself as being as old as I am than fly.
Wait.
I mean, it's just not, I haven't observed anything in terms of, there's not things I don't do now that I did before, whether it's physical or mental or anything else.
I got it all. Yeah, watch me. Watch me, Jack.
None of that made any sense.
I don't even kind of think about a number.
Well, like, literally, we are watching you. That's why we're concerned. That's what we're doing.
Did you see the clip where Jill is sitting there having the meeting and he walks in, sticks his head in the door and goes, whatever she says, I agree with. Oh, yeah. Did you see that clip?
No.
Like, he thinks in his mind that sounds charming, cute, and fun. And like, he thinks, like, even right there, he thought he was doing well.
Watch me. Yeah.
Watch me.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty good, huh? Oh, it's focused.
Oh, well, I mean, I was concerned, but now that you've said it that way,
When
I
I
feel
watch
comfortable.
that, I kind of feel like you kind of feel like that chick in the bar where the guy walks up and he's like, hey, darling, how are you? Yeah? You don't think I can get anywhere with you? Watch me. Anyway, I hope he didn't shit himself at the Queen's funeral.
Did you see that when he was there on his way, he was in the car and the people in the streets were chanting, "Let's go, Brandon"?
Yeah. Imagine being, what was the NASCAR driver's last name? Brandon whatever.
Oh, gosh. Well, this is proving your point that you're about to make.
Yeah. Hey, watch
No
me.
one knows. No one knows the guy's last name.
But everybody knows, this deal. I mean, this guy, geez. I don't understand it, Sarah. Like, again, for those of you with sensitive ears, deal with my tirade. But you put anything out there, you say anything. And at this point, I've just started saying things just to watch the quote-unquote establishment meltdown, right? I said, electric cars are going to increase coal production. They lost their mind. They lost their freaking mind. Twitter, they lost their mind.
It's amazing to me that they haven't reasoned that one out.
And then they come to the whole deal and they go, oh, you can't prove that. No, not using your sources.
Right.
Because your sources are the ones who were parroting the narrative.
Right.
I mean, they're like, oh, could you provide an article? I can, but you're going to say that doesn't count.
Right.
I could provide all kind of proof texts and sources. I could do all kind of things. But you're going to come back and say, oh, well, this liberal rag science magazine that believes we're all going to be doomed in 15 years, it says global warming is a fact. Martha's Vineyard will be underwater in a mere 12 years, according to AOC. So, of course, you try to throw anything out there, they lose it because that's their God.
Yeah.
Right? That's their God. They have so much of that pecker in their mouth that they just can't even think right anymore. And I don't know how much somebody does a lot of complex thinking with a pecker in your mouth, but they definitely don't do any. Like any. Chris, can you tell us? Is there a lot of thinking going on with that in your mouth?
He's just completely ignoring you.
I don't blame him. But no, it's like, just go crazy at this point. Go crazy. Anarchy. Let's have it.
Yeah.
Let's have at it. Let the best man win.
I'm there. I'm right there with you. It's time to, well, there are a lot of conservatives who would say like, well, you have to take the moral high ground.
Nope.
I'm done.
Nope.
That was like maybe 2015. Nope. No, we haven't been there for a very long time. And the reason that we've lost the culture the way that we have is because people are stuck in the mindset that you have to rise above. You can't stoop to their level.
Right.
No, I think it's about time to fight fire with fire.
No, I want to sit there and be ruled by what? Joe Biden and his mental acuity? Mr. President, the people have said, you're an idiot. Am I? Am I? Why would you want to do that? Why do you want to just give yourself over to big government? The organization globally, historically, that has murdered more people, responsible for more people's deaths, is governments. Mm-hmm. Why are we trusting them? Mm-hmm. Why are we doing it? And you want to give them more power.
Well, it's also like, sure, you can take the moral high ground as they're, busing you off to your re-education camp. At least you'll get to say to yourself, well, at least I took the moral high ground, guys.
Yeah. Again, they told me they were ready. The guy, I retweeted it. He goes, we're ready for civil war. And he was referring to me and someone else. He said, these people go first.
Yeah. Kathy Griffin said that we were going to have a civil war as well.
Yeah. Said if you vote for Republicans, that means you want a civil war.
Right.
Then she tried to backtrack on the whole thing. It was just a joke. Come on, guys. You know me. So at this point, it's like, no.
Right.
No.
Enough people have said it.
No.
You're
mentally handicapped. You can't think clearly. And if you're sitting there saying, again, you want to talk about having compassion on Venezuelans in Martha's Vineyard, people who came from a place where they're eating the family pet, right? Mm-hmm. If I say, and we'll talk about this in the next segment, if I say cartels, if I say coyotes, if I say traffickers, if I say murderers, if I say rapists, these are bad people we're talking about. And I'm not saying the people in Martha's Vineyard were, that they put off the airplane there in Martha's Vineyard. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, if I say those words, you immediately think, those are evil people. Those are not good people, right? So if I say those things, you're going to automatically, you should think, those aren't good people. Those are the people who are behind all of this stuff going on and these people who are coming here. We now know that Venezuela has emptied their prisons and sent them to the American border.
Yes.
How are they sending them? They're sending them through evil means, nefarious means. All right? You're going to tell me that you can't get along with a guy who's just saying, we need little government, small government. Mm-hmm. You need to be left alone and to yourself. Take responsibility for your own self. You need a constitution. You need to have the ability to take care of yourself and your family. You telling me you can't get along with a guy like me, but you can get along with the guys that just left a Venezuelan prison because, we took care of them. We took care of them little brown people. Look at us.
I mean, of all the functions of government and all of the places that they overreach, this would be one of the few places where like they are supposed to do their job.
Yeah.
Making sure that they are protecting our borders.
Yeah. And can I say this? I
mean, you can say whatever you want.
Can.
You've
but I'm going to go a little bit longer.
That.
I'm going to go a little bit longer because I'll make this point, and then I'll go to a break. But you know that one, the chick with the big hat on Martha's Vineyard who is hugging and kissing all of them that are going by? I know white people. I know white women.
Yeah.
I guarantee you there were people on Martha's Vineyard who saw that viral clip of that girl hugging them, and they all went, "We hate that bitch." Of course she's going to be the one down there getting all the attention. Bitch. I know white girls. I know how it works. I guarantee you.
No, you're right.
She was the attention whore. The last time we went through a recession, there were stocks that literally went to zero. Washington Mutual, Lehman Brothers, Chrysler, multiple blue chip stocks went to little or no value almost overnight. It could happen again, folks, and if it did, I hope your savings are protected. So I want you to own something that's never been valued at zero. You know what it is? Gold. Historically, your best hedge against inflation, which is rising as we speak. The savviest Americans diversify their savings to protect them from downturns in the market, from global instability, from a falling dollar. Do you do that now? Birch Gold Group helps you hold gold and silver in a tax-sheltered retirement account. In fact, if you have a 401k or an IRA that's underperforming, text CHAD, I spell it Chad, to 989898. You can convert that into an IRA, or your IRA into, let me start over again. You can convert that into an IRA in precious metals right now. Text Chad to 989898. That's Birch Gold. They're going to send you a free info kit on diversifying your gold tax-free. Hedge against the inflation, protect your hard-earned money. Get the free info kit by texting Chad to 989898. We'll be right back. Do you remember when you migrated to America?
Why are you asking me and not Chris Cruz?
We've had this conversation with Chris.
God, it makes me so mad when leftists always say that. Trump wants to send you back over to the border. Like, I was born, I'm an American citizen. My parents are American citizens. Leave me alone. Now, my grandparents is a different story, but leave me alone.
Yeah.
They did come the legal way.
Suddenly getting hot in here. You know, these Venezuelans, God bless them. Mm-hmm. And again,
I mean, not the prisoners.
Let me be very clear. I said this to someone the other day, and you know, the Twitter rereads who come on and say, "We don't know who you are, but obviously you've never been to blah blah blah." I've been to all those countries, all of them. I've been to all of them.
Yeah, but you wear a cowboy hat, so how's that possible?
What would I know?
Right.
I've never left the neighborhood.
How is that possible?
I've been to all of them. Mm-hmm. Okay. Our friend of the show and my personal friend, Larry Taunton, is a great author. He spends a lot of time down there in Colombia, in Venezuela, dealing with people who are migrating or they're true refugees. They're getting away from Venezuela and paying a lot of money to cross over into Colombia. I mean, imagine being so desperate that you're wanting to go to Colombia. To get away from Venezuela. Yeah. That's how desperate it is. But these people are coming across. They're migrating up through, you know, various nations of the Yucatan Peninsula. And they get to Mexico and they continue north. They get to the American border. They've seen it all. They've seen death. Mm-hmm. They've seen starvation. They've seen dehydration. They have seen their money stolen from them. They have seen rape. Yeah. All of these things. They've had to pay some horrible human beings to try to help them get to where they're going. They have endured hardship. They've endured hot temperatures. They get to the American border. They have to sneak across, get past law enforcement. They have to run for their lives in some cases as they're on their migration. They get there. They come across. They don't really know how America works, right? They came in here. They're just going off of the system that they've learned and been told. They get here. They wind up someplace in America, and then they end up, let's say, in Florida. In Florida. And so Ron DeSantis says to 48 of these people who have just really risked their lives continuously, you want to go to one of the wealthiest areas in America? And so they jump on an airplane, and he sends them to Martha's Vineyard. Now, again, he's trolling, and you say, or he's using human beings as pawns, as political pawns.
No, that's the left.
He's abusing these people. Oh my God, he's abusing them, Muffy, darling. He's abusing
By
them.
sending them to a wealthy community.
So we're going to send them to a place that, again, has signs up on their island that say, everyone is welcome here. They get there, and the Riris on the left say, the people of Martha's Vineyard welcomed them with open arms. They fed them rotisserie. They gave them duck. And they go up there and it's like, we took care of them. Really?
For how long?
For 30 hours. You took care of them. We gave them Pop-Tarts and warm clothing. But again, they risk their life for months and they wind up in your cush-ass community and you took care of them. That to me is condescending racism. Okay? That to me is saying, these poor Browns could not take care of themselves. They could not feed themselves. They know suffering and hardship that you have never experienced. Never experienced. And you got them the hell out of there. Well, we're not equipped, darling, with the infrastructure to be able to handle them. Really? Obama's compound can handle every damn one of them. Every damn one of them.
I mean, that is the epitome of white liberal racism.
It's
how they always. They treat me that way at a lesser degree, but still, that Eric July, our friend Eric July, they treat him that way as well. They try to explain to me how I am oppressed by people like you.
Well, yeah,
because they know better than me.
Yeah.
I'm just a poor,
you
poor
don't
Mexican.
know what's
What
being
do I
done
know?
to you.
Right.
You don't know how
exactly.
you're being used as a pawn.
Well, I'm not as smart as them.
Right.
I can't figure it out.
Eric July doesn't know how he's being used as a pawn.
Right.
To the white man's establishment. And so the Twitter blue check Riris come out in defense of the white elites in Martha's Vineyard of how compassionate they are. So what the hell is it?
For deporting?
Which one is it though? I mean, seriously, I got a feeling they're building a wall around Martha's Vineyard at this point. They live in their gated communities. And then I have people who say to me on social media, you're so cruel. We need to open the borders up. Okay, white lady, I know you live in, suburb Texas.
Yeah.
And your whole thing is we just need to have compassion. As long as you have locks on your front door, walls in your house, I mean, why don't you just leave the door open to your bedroom and let the kids come in while you playing hide the dickle pickle? Why, let's just let it. Why not?
Yeah. It's if
Do
you
you
have
let
locks.
your kids, while you and your husband are having, do you let the kids come in?
No.
I mean, the liberal Riris are writing
No.
books about how you should do that, but that's beside the point. There's some things that you like to keep to yourself. That's why we have gates and fences and walls and locks on the doors, right? Because again, it's like George Carlin said. He said, why is it that to me, my stuff is stuff, but your stuff is shit, right? So when I go to somebody's house, I got to make room for my stuff and move their shit out of the way.
Yeah.
So the point is, I value my stuff. I worked hard for my stuff, right? And you can say, oh, you got white privilege. Nobody gave me my stuff. Nobody's giving me anything. Nobody gave you your stuff. So when you get stuff, you try to protect it, right? You put it in a safe. You put it in a safety deposit box at the bank. You put it in. You go to the bank. They have this thing on the window that says, "Member FDIC."
Yes.
They protect your stuff. It's insured, $150,000, something like that. They make it so you put it in there, you lock it up, and not just anybody can go access it. So you're willing to say that it's okay for anybody from anywhere in the world with any motives whatsoever could just come to America. They should just be coming across.
It's so mind-boggling to me how they're just coming at it from such a different perspective than we can relate to. And I think that Ben Shapiro's quote that he is so often quoted, facts don't care about your feelings. I understand you are smarter than Ben Shapiro, but I will just say that you really can use that so often when it comes to the left because they don't have the ability to think critically. Because if they did, they would reason it out very quickly that, oh, well, it would be really nice if we could let everyone in our society. But A, we're not set up for that. We can't. But also B, you can't have a welfare system the way that we have and also open borders.
Right.
Like that, those two cannot coexist.
So The great economist Milton Friedman said exactly that.
Right.
You can have one or the other.
But it's like, it's just mind-boggling that they don't have the ability to think that way.
Yeah.
They can't reason that
No,
out.
they
They
can't do
just
it.
think about the empathy, and it's so mean to not let people in, but they have a bad life.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I mean, that sucks, but we're all going to have a bad life if we continue this.
Yeah.
We will be Venezuela.
And the other thing that escapes their mind there is if you don't protect this thing, we are a nation that's a free market economy, capitalist at least for now. Capitalism as an economic system has lifted more people out of poverty than anything else in history. Mm-hmm. America has liberated more people than anything in history. If you don't protect that idea and you don't protect that system, then it all goes to crap. We all become impoverished, and there's nobody there to lift anybody.
Right.
So there's a reason why if you do things the right way, and so somebody said to me, they said, Jesus wasn't interested in the laws. He broke the laws in order to accomplish his mission. No, he didn't, actually. He violated man's religious ideas of what they thought were laws because they were the traditions. They weren't the laws. He broke their traditions. But somebody said, oh, you want to keep on. No, me saying there should be a rule of law in how people come into this country legally, I don't think that makes me a bad person. It doesn't make me less than compassionate. Me saying that I want to protect a system that lifts people out of poverty, I don't think that's lacking compassion.
I also think it is compassionate for your fellow Americans.
Right.
I would say that is. And it also is compassionate to not try to convince people to make the dangerous journey. As you pointed out, all of the things that they have to go through. Stop trying to convince a mother that she should send her daughter, her baby girl, to a bunch of human smugglers who are going to allow her to get raped along the way.
Right.
And quite possibly just die and never make it.
Do you have any idea at this stage in the game how much money we've sent to Ukraine? Do you even know? Does anybody know?
No.
I know we just agreed for another $600 million. So we're got to be, 100 billion at this point that we've sent to Ukraine?
Let's see if I can find that.
I want to know this, guys, and this is something maybe we can figure out. I want to know how much money Venezuela has sent to Ukraine. Mm-hmm. How much money has Guatemala, El Salvador, Nicaragua? I want to know how much Honduras. I want to know how much Mexico. I want to know how much these nations have sent to Ukraine. Now, why is it America's responsibility? You know why? Because we can. We can. Venezuela's not sending any money to Ukraine.
Right.
Right? They're not. So you literally, and I'm talking to you Riri's out there that are all about sending the money to Ukraine. If we don't send that money to Ukraine, then, oh, God, the overlords told us we must love Vladimir Putin. So if you don't send the money to Ukraine, we can. Why? Because we're the type of nation that we are.
But we can't, we
will not be if we become like Venezuela.
Right. And there's a limit.
So you come here wanting to be like the nation. You want us to become like the nation they left? The logic there should not have to be explained. The small family farm is in trouble, and I love companies like Moink because they give you access to the freshest, sustainably sourced meat and fish, and all the while they're supporting American family farms. And they actually let you help save the family farm while getting access to the highest quality meat on earth for your family when you join the Moink movement. Now, Moink farmers farm like our grandparents did, and as a result, the Moink meat tastes like it should because the family farm does it better. The Moink difference is a difference you can taste, actually, and you can feel good knowing that you're helping family farms stay financially independent, too. You choose the meat delivered in every box: ribeyes, chicken breast, pork chops, salmon fillets, a whole lot more. Plus, you can cancel anytime. Absolutely delicious. Just ask Chris Cruz getting those, all that meat. Chris, you smell like meat. Shark Tank host Kevin O'Leary called Moink's bacon the best bacon he's ever had, and Ring Doorbell founder Jamie Siminoff jumped at the chance to invest in Moink. So here's what I want you to do. Keep American farming going by signing up at moinkbox.com/Chad. Do it right now. Listeners of this show get free filet mignon in every order for a year. That's 1 year of the best filet mignon you'll ever taste for a limited time. MOINK box.com. moinkbox.com/Chad. We'll be right back. Oh, welcome back to the show, folks. You know, we alluded to this yesterday. I want to bring it up again. I like to take you on these little mental trips, and this is an easy trip, easy place for you to go because we've all certainly done it before. I want you to imagine for a moment that you just won the lottery. And I'm not talking about the $10 you won on the scratchies while sitting in your car smoking a Marlboro, yelling at your kids to shut up. No, I mean the big one, the big one. I want you to imagine that all of a sudden you have $3 billion in your possession. Now, discount the first question of what would you do first because it's not germane to what I'm about to discuss and because the usual answer is I'd keep working and put it in the bank. No, you wouldn't. Like you're going to keep punching the clock at Walmart and shepherding flocks of dirty feet people to the Crocs section for the rest of your life while you got $3 billion in the bank. No, you're not. Let us get down to the bigger question of what will you do with it when you're old and just about ready to check out of the bed and breakfast we call life? Well, here for our viewing pleasure and to answer that question is a man whose name I'm only going to try to pronounce once in this little rant, Vineyard. He's the founder of Patagonia, you know, the company that makes outdoor apparel, and his family owns about $3 billion stake in the company at this time. And guess what he's going to do? He's going to give it away. You know what he's going to give it to? Wait for it. You ready? Here's the information. He's going to give it to combat climate change. Now, I'm going to allow you a small moment of silence in which to utter beneath your breath the words that you try so hard not to speak in front of your children, except for when you're playing the scratchies in your car, of course. $3 billion is going to combat climate change. Now, I want to start by giving this guy just some props because a little bit is on display. He's doing this as a way that absolutely does not benefit him financially whatsoever. There's no tax benefits, no charitable deductions. This guy believes in what he's doing, and for that I salute him a little bit. But of course, there's the glaring issue that he's probably about to throw most of that $3 billion directly, and I mean directly, into the toilet because many or even most of the major efforts to combat climate change, as we all know, aren't very realistic. If you doubt me, call up your local wind farmer and ask him how that's going. Now, whenever a billionaire does something wild with his money, there's a favorite trick the left likes to pull out of his hat. Better things this person could be doing with his money. Jeff Bezos decides to rocket up into space with some buddies, which incidentally costs far less than $3 billion. And the left is all over him like white on rice on a paper plate on a sheep in a snowstorm. I don't want to do that, though. I don't want to point out, for instance, that with $3 billion, you could feed 14.5 million children for a year, or any of the other actually useful things you could do with that kind of cash. And why not? Because I'm a capitalist, and I think the same way about this guy as I do any other billionaire. He can spend his freaking money however he chooses. But I think it's worth thinking about for no other reason, if for no other reason, then it pulls the starter cord on that age-old daydream about what you do with all that cash. Now get back to scratching. I got a feeling this is going to be the big one. $3 billion to change the weather. You know what they want to do? They want to cool off the planet. They should turn them fans on high.
They should.
They bring West Texas down 15 degrees right now. Turn them suckers up. Let's get some air moving in New Mexico, baby. Shit. By the way, those fans are petroleum-based products.
Womp, womp.
I love it when they think they own you. Mm-hmm. The Twitter rereads. They think they own you. Oh, really? Explain that one.
I mean, it's incredible.
You're so stupid.
I've heard you point this out multiple times when you watch someone talking about how we're doing bad things for the environment and oil and gas and petroleum and all this, and you're like, your glasses that you're wearing right now is made from all of the things that are on your body right now.
Every bit of it.
Yeah, and they just have no idea.
Every bit of it. I mean, just look around.
Yeah.
Speaking of petroleum products, I think I need a little tequila at this point.
I absolutely
There's people
think
who are saying
true.
you do not need tequila at this point.
Listen.
Is that open? Right there. Where's my little relief valve? Because God knows I need a relief valve today. Let's turn that sucker on right there. Come on, tequila.
This is just,
drip for me.
I'm gonna steal this when it's empty.
You gotta. It's on the. Oh, you gotta tilt it. Thank you, Chris. See, that's why we keep the Browns. They know how to do things.
Tequila. We
know
how
to do things. I only have to drive 3 hours today. Not that big of a deal. Just gonna go burn up the ozone with some diesel. But
so
see,
it's
again,
you're the one.
Yeah.
You're the one ruining that.
That doesn't even work anymore. That barely poured any. And hey, sorry, Sarah, you're over there. Couldn't see you over my
Your giant tequila.
over my phallic tequila bottle. Why is diesel so high? You know why? Because they want you to starve.
Okay.
See, they're punishing the truckers. They're punishing the big vehicles. Because again, diesel, they bring the gas down.
Yeah,
I just choked on myself.
No, because there is a very stark difference right now
There
in
is.
diesel.
See, they're bringing the gas down, but they're not bringing the diesel down. And the reason is because that's what they bring the food and supplies to the people of America with. That's what gets the truckers out on the road, on the highway. It's expensive to do that. So it's still about $145 to fill my truck up.
Good gracious.
Yeah.
My God, I thought mine was bad at
And I do it twice a week.
100. Well, yeah, you do a lot of driving.
I do it twice a week. That's why we don't take the bus out on the road anymore. I mean, you know how that costs?
But Chad, why don't you just get a Tesla?
Yeah, I might.
Why are you complaining about your gas prices when you could just buy an $80,000 vehicle and not have to pay those gas prices?
Yeah, see, I don't think economically that's going to save you the way people think it's going to save them.
No.
Right? And, I mean, you have to pay every time you stop at those little electrical things and charge your car up.
Well, I mean, also, I think an acceptable answer would just be like, because I don't fucking want to.
Yeah, exactly. And again, when the EMP goes off, what you going to drive? Because people say, oh, you can't drive. No, these modern vehicles, you're right, EMP would affect them just as much.
You don't want to be Anne Hecht,
But
is
there's
the point.
there's some 1977 combustion engines out there that I guarantee you us rednecks can get up and running in a couple hours. Just rub a little piss and grease on them spark plugs, and we good to go. We rolling, baby. And it's like I just don't think that most people out there in the cities that are on Twitter exercising their finger muscles right now really know how to kill, gut clean, or cook a hog. You know?
No.
And what's funny is like we'll never run out of meat.
Right. But don't worry, they're definitely ready for the Civil War.
They're 100% ready for it.
Yep.
They're 100% ready for it. I mean, we got hogs that grow faster than mice down here in Texas, and we're not really worried about all of that. So, not that big of a deal. Yeah, I mean, people don't understand. Let's go back to the Civil War. You know what? The big reason the South lost the Civil War, there's a couple of reasons. There's various reasons. I don't have time to go into it.
Yeah.
The North had bigger bullets. They had the industry. They had the supply chain.
Mm-hmm.
They were able to cut off the supplies that the South had. They were able to stop all of that stuff. They were more equipped. They had all the stuff. And you know what I did this morning? I went back to my old house, went into the closet, and loaded up more guns that hasn't made the move so far.
Really?
I hadn't even missed those guns. I went and picked up more guns and ammo and just moved them. Just because I was like, yeah, those were fine here for a couple of weeks. And I brought more. There's still actually more to get. So it's weird, this supply chain thing. Somebody asked me the other day, they said, hey, you need any ammunition? I was like, need? No. Sure don't. I don't need another freaking round.
Well, it's funny because my husband, we just got a new Liberty safe, and he feels the need to fill it.
Put stuff in it.
Yeah, so he's like, well, we gotta get more ammo, and I'm like, babe, we are good on ammo, and he's like, no, there's still space, so we're gonna get more, and I was, okay.
Yeah, and again,
I'm fine
like
with it.
it's not a threat of violence, because if we were threatening violence, we would have already done violence.
Right. It would have happened on January 6th, which you guys keep claiming was the time where we were supposed to do
Yeah,
it.
it was such an insurrection.
Yeah.
Yeah, a guy with horns on his head stole a lectern. Friends, if you don't feel too confident about the future, well, you're in the right group. Everything going on around the world right now, you can see it. It's the perfect time to stock up on emergency food, and you're going to need it. You're going to need it. I heard Glenn Beck just on the radio this week saying, stop drinking so you can store up your liquor for later. You're going to need that too. But let's talk about emergency food. It doesn't mean you're paranoid. It means you're prudent and you're prepared. My Patriot Supply is the nation's largest preparedness company. They're currently offering a generous 20% discount on their popular 3-month emergency food kit. The kit's going to give you a wide variety of breakfast, lunch, dinner, drinks, snacks, and total over 2,000 calories a day. It's going to feed one person person for a solid 3 months. But the sale's going to end soon. Go to preparewithchad.com right now and grab your 20% savings off each 3-month kit you need. It's the affordable way to build your emergency food stockpile while you still can. And if the day ever comes when you need to fall back on this food, it will be worth much more than what you paid. So go to preparewithchad.com. That's preparewithchad.com, and we'll be right back. Yeah, all right. Well, that's
Okay.
good.
Well,
That's good.
you know we're on, right?
Yeah, I know.
Are you okay? Just wanted to make
I
sure.
just want
'Cause
people to stop sending messages, you know?
I do as well. I do as well.
What I wish, like, what you could do instead of sending us messages asking about stuff that ain't your business is go to where podcasts are offered and leave a rating and review. And you could say, why did, never mind. And then leave a 5-star. Leave a 5-star.
Chad's like, as long as you're leaving 5 stars, I don't really care what you say in the body of the text.
You just keep asking. So, oh, God bless us, everyone. Our overlord Beck. It's okay.
What?
I just love that everybody thinks that Glenn Beck is our boss, right? Like,
Yeah, that always is wild to me.
They have no idea the business
None.
dealings that went on here a number of years ago.
None.
And I listen, if Glenn wants it, he gets it. You know, Glenn don't like you, you're gonna know it, I'm sure. But Glenn's never been anything but gracious to anybody I know. So anyway, that's that. Yeah, it's good. We're all gonna die soon, and you're staring at me with clenched lips.
Where do I have a? Can I get some tequila?
You want some tequila too?
Anyone?
Your people picked it. They made it. I'm about to go to that clear stuff, ain't I? Shit.
Huh?
You know what I want to do? Oh my God! It's spilling out.
It is.
Spilling out. That thing's still open. The drip is still open. The thing has the drip.
Well, do we need to put this back?
No, it won't go in. I can't close the spigot.
Oh.
So anyway.
What a piece of shit Stu gave you.
Stu's garbage.
What an asshole.
Stu!
Buy him something that works,
Look at
Stu.
this shirt I'm wearing. Look at this. People are like, oh my God, he's picking on Stu. We hate Chad for talking about Stu. I'm wearing his shirt, dummy.
It's all in good fun.
It is.
We all love each other.
We really do.
Yeah.
We really do. We all love each other. Fantastic. Oh, it's a tequila taste and I was supposed to spit it out.
I do feel like that is not to toot our own horn here at Blaze, but I always feel like that's what people appreciate about us so much is that when we come on and do these shows, it's like it's very clearly not forced. We just actually really enjoy each other.
We have fun.
Yeah.
I mean, look, we're held to a certain standard because we represent something a little bit bigger than us as individuals. And we appreciate the Blaze TV family. We appreciate the Blaze TV leadership, but they give us free reign to pretty much say anything we want. We say whatever we want to say.
Yeah,
I mean, God knows, rewind to the first 5 minutes of this show.
Isn't it so, like, it's just so freeing and liberating. I feel bad for other people because there's so many times that the Twitter rerees, as you call them, will come up, in your mentions and try to threaten you with canceling because you dared to say something that was true but offended someone. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I work for Blaze TV. I don't really care. Call them. They're not going to care. They're not going to fire me.
Yeah.
I didn't, there was nothing egregious that I said. So
Yeah.
go ahead and do your best. I don't care.
Someone said that, there was that chick a couple years ago who sent them supposed dick pics of me.
What?
And all it was supposedly me, and sent
God.
the whole deal of all this kind of stuff that I was doing, all this stuff out there.
Oh,
and they
right,
were like,
right.
Was it you? I was like, no. I said, now some of that is me. That's a picture of me
You go,
right
well-
there, but that's not me. That's not the wiener picture.
You go, well, here, let me
Let's
unzip and I'll
see.
show you.
Look at this mole. This mole. They call that a circumcision. But no, you do this whole thing, and it's like, look, we don't believe in people doing stupid things, of course. But like somebody said the other day, you know, they were like, because they were talking about the song we did, the Get Your Ass Off Martha's Vineyard, the Martha's Vineyard Invasion song. And they said,
mad.
we need to make sure they never sing another song.
Yeah.
What are you going to do, call my record label?
Right.
I am my record label.
Right.
What are you going to do?
What are you going to do? Threaten all of the fans who enjoy it?
Right. We're going to make sure you never sing another song.
Yeah.
Really? That's some magic powers you got there, Merlin.
It's so freeing, though, because there are a lot of people who, I mean, for instance, the drag queen stuff that I've been active in trying to get shut down and prevent
Okay,
from
I'm
happening.
glad you finished that statement. Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Stuff you're trying to get shut down. Because they're showing their naughty bits and dirty bits to kids.
Well, right. But my point is, like, people are scared to participate because they're like, well, what if my work knows and I don't want to get fired? And I'm like, I get it, but I'm not worried about it, so I'm still going to do it.
Exactly. I want to be able to say whatever I want to say,
Right.
do whatever I want to do, and that's that.
Yeah.
So let's go to a quick break. Give us a little more time in the final segment, and y'all don't move. We'll be right back. Yeah, it is kind of scary. By the way, talking about finding where people live, we weren't talking about that. We were talking about it during the break, but I can find out anything.
Yeah.
People send me stuff from emails and phone numbers and stuff like that. We know who you are. We know right where you are within moments. Like, literally, we've got our own ability to do that. We know people.
We know people.
We know people.
Don't mean to brag, but
So go to watchchad.com. That's where all the fun stuff is. Fredericksburg, Texas is where it's going to be at the Rock Box Theater on Friday night.
I'm so jealous.
It's going to be good.
I love Fredericksburg.
Fredericksburg's awesome. I think you're going to be sold out. I mean, get your tickets if you're going to be anywhere there. I think there's maybe a couple dozen tickets left.
Just make the trip and go there.
Yeah,
there's
you
so
need
much to do in Fredericksburg.
And come spend the weekend with the wife. It's like Martha's Vineyard, but not.
Yeah.
We let the Mexicans stay.
In Fredericksburg. It's for us poors.
It's the poors. Martha's Vineyard. Fredericksburg is the Martha's Vineyard for the poors. It's Napa for the poors.
That's why there's brown people there.
Shop Sarah G. I almost said J. ShopSarahG.com.
Yes.
And Sara Gonzales Unfiltered on YouTube. Be sure to hit that like button right there if you're watching on YouTube. Shout out to the Fact Pack in, Godley, Texas, October 1st. We're going to be at Del Norte Tacos. I've got room for about 1,100 of our closest friends at that concert. Going to be fantastic. So make sure you get tickets and come on. We were in the studio yesterday. We're releasing a new song here in the next week or two. So we love you. God bless you. We get off the rails tomorrow. Talk to you then. Bye.